watchers, welcome to another Totally Flawed movie review today. And today I'm going to review a film I've watched tonight, or earlier on of course, and it's a 1981 movie. It's a film called Graduation. Yeah, you see the title. It's not much of a spoiler at the top because you see the top and you see it. So this is a 1981 film, and it's a slasher movie type, kind of a revenge movie. And it's a film. Okay, let's read about it. So you get this on the story. So okay. It's just weeks before high school graduation, and members of the track team are being mysteriously, gruesomely murdered one at a time. When team star runner drops dead at the end of a championship, because at the beginning of the film, right, you see it's like a race, like a track team race, and one of the girls, she's being pushed right, and at the end, when she wins it, but then she drops dead, and it's like, oh shit. The people there who were in the race actually start being killed off. Anyway, mysteriously recently murdered. But when the team's star runner drops dead at the end of a championship meet, her sister Anne, Patch McKenzie, comes to a town. The series of grisly murders begin. Of course, yeah, because when she turns up from the military, right, she's part of the she knows a few things about fighting and stuff, right? And she moves back home, right, and of course, the sister, turns out it's her sister. So she moves into her old sister's bedroom with parents and stuff like. But is Anne responsible, or is it Coach Michael's Christopher George who has been? Yeah, his name's actually this is weird because his name's George Michaels. Isn't that weird? George Michaels. And his name's Christopher George. That's weird. Who has been fired because of Laura's death. Perhaps it's the campus policeman who is disliked because of his own disease drug investigation, or is it Laura's boyfriend Kevin, Danny Murphy, who can't rekindle himself to Laura's death? You won't want to see Graduation yet. I was like, hey, this is a pretty interesting movie. Like I said, the murders start happening when she arrives in town, of course. The death scenes are pretty cool actually. They're not like full on gory, because it was rated 18 or stuff. But sometimes I've seen quite violent movies rated 18, but this was quite tame compared to the ones I've seen. But this is a bit of a gem of a horror film. I was just saying, wow, this film was good. I enjoyed it. I like the part. It says class of 1981. Run out of time. Yeah, I like that. Like I said, she arrives in town from the military, of course. Of course, when you see the murders, right, you do see the killer taking off, putting X's on the photo that this person has, the killer has. As you see, I know it does that. He, she, or she, he does that. I'll say he or she he. But yeah, the film does point. The film does actually try to make as if that person is guilty in the film, because there's certain parts where you see a character with a glove and the watch and stuff, and you think, because in the film you see the killer with like wearing like a grey top, gloves, and a watch, and like times when they kill that person, the victim, and then when you see a character have like the gloves, and it does like plays with your brain a little bit. You think, well, if that's the person, but to be honest, I was. I'm kind of suspicious about certain characters in the film. I thought, oh, maybe that person, because you do see the killer in one part wearing the hood and everything behind the character, and you think you can just about make out you kind of. But yeah, the film's got some good death scenes in it, and it's got some quite interesting characters in it, and like I said, there's like sheriff in it who's a bit, how's it? No, it's like a policeman in this. It's a bit overzealous. Zealous. Well, I don't know what that word means. Zealous is it? But yeah, I enjoyed this movie. I really enjoyed it. I like that kind of whodunit murders and stuff. I love those. The film kind of reminds me a little bit of Scream a little bit. A slight bit of Scream. Maybe I know what he did last summer kind of situation, because in I know he did last summer. There's like a revenge thing. Who the killer is and stuff. And I love that. I think it's a good movie. I know what he did last time. It's a good movie. It's one of those films that you can either like or dislike. But I love those movies. I like the second one. I like the third one. The third one was pretty cool. I had a bit of a buzz. I thought, what the hell? But anyway, Graduation Day. Like I said, actually, some of the characters start to get killed off. One girl gets like a thing through her neck, and another character, the guy gets killed by his own ball, which you've got to see, by the way. It's pretty interesting, that scene was, because it's like, it's quite funny because the guy's playing with himself, like, with his ball around. Of course, he meets these two girls, they're like playing, and then they throw the freaking ball into the bushes right, the tree, and he like goes out, looks for the ball, right. Of course, the killer is waiting right next to him. It's like, dude. And I thought it was quite inventive the way they did that scene. Quite inventive they did the death scene with the ball and stuff. I thought that was pretty cool. That scene was. It's got some good death scenes in the film. Like I said, the film kind of points its fingers on who the killer is. It tries to like, of course, it's one of those movies that I was like, oh, I'll see who the killer is kind of situation. And you can't. Like I said, I was like, oh, maybe I can't see that person being the killer because it was too obvious. It would have been too obvious. But there could have been. No, I'm not going to spoil it too much. For the few people watching this video. Although of course, it has like a cool piece of music out there, and I was just like, I've never heard this music before. Pretty cool 80s music out there. I was like, I like this song. I won't mind having this for my intro. But yeah, I'll get to that scene in a bit. The last bit I was like, wow, what a scene. Like I said, it's got a lot of death scenes in it. It's got like. There's one guy in it he's on Rocky 4, the Russian. Remember Ivan Drago, the manager, the guy who he works with. Is it a manager or so? He plays like a teacher. I like the fact that he's not actually Russian in it. He's like American. There's a funny scene there with the phone calls. I thought, oh, okay, that's funny with the what do you call them? But yeah, it's got some cool death scenes in it, and sometimes, but then certain parts of it, how can that? It does, like I said, the film points its fingers towards who the killer is, and it kind of like says, kind of like says, kind of puts you off a little bit because you kind of think, oh, maybe that person's the killer. But yeah, like I said, it kind of plays with your mind a little bit, the films, because it does, you like to see, you see like gloves in the drawer, you see watches and stuff, people holding it, and it's like, huh. So, but yeah, I did enjoy this film. I love the death scenes in it. I love the bit of humour to it. There's a slight bit of humour. It's not like humour all the way through it, like, and it kills off the tension. But yeah, okay. What did I like about this film? I like the characters in it. Interesting one. Okay, you got a strong female lead, and it's really well done. She's a pretty cool character. Of course, the killer in it was a bit of a surprise, but in a way, I suppose it makes sense. When you watch the beginning of the film, it kind of makes sense. But it's pretty screwed up the last bit with the find out who the killers, and that when one of the characters goes to that person's house, and there's a bit of, oh my goodness me, what the hell they've done. So, but the last bit is pretty good actually. I like the last bit of that movie. It's pretty excellent. The last bit was, it was unpredictable. I'd say unpredictable. So anyway, like I said, it has some great music in it. Like I said, it's just before Graduation, then it leads up to it. So I don't know what other things I liked about the music. Okay, ourselves going to get to that part right now. The music, oh my goodness me, the last part. If you watch the credits, my god, that music at the end was epic. I was just like, wow, what? I've never heard that music before. It's pretty cool, very 80s, but very cool at the same time. It's like, geez, that music. I want that in the freaking on my intro video. I want to play it myself. It's freaking awesome. I'm trying to remember what it was, but it's so cool. I've never heard it before. But yeah, great piece of music right there. Fantastic. Definitely a 10 out of 10 for that music. Obviously epic. If ever you made it, I want to freaking hear that right at the end of that freaking movie. So anyway, like I said, I like the music, I like the death scenes, I like the characters, and they weren't like freaking annoying. There's a lot of things I like about this film. I wonder if he's still alive, that guy in Rocky 4. That Ivan Drago, that bloody Russian dude, what his name is. That manager. I don't know. Is he still alive? I don't know. I've got a funny feeling that he's dead now. Anyway, if a serial killer doesn't kill you, life does, or age. What else did I like about it? The characters, the music, the death scenes. I suppose some of it looked a bit out of date, as the makeup effects and stuff, the death scenes and stuff. It kind of looks like paint, some of it does. But apart from that, very good. Solid performance from the cast. And yeah. So okay, well, the rating I'm going to give this film is an 8 out of 10. It's a gem of a horror film. And I liked it very much. Actually, I liked it very, very, very much. I liked it so much, in fact, I give it an 8 out of 10. Yeah, 8 out of 10 because it deserves that. It's a good film. It's a gem of a horror film. It's not too violent. It's just right. It's kind of like it plays with your head a little bit who the killer is and stuff. And you think, oh, okay. Suspicions. It points to suspicions like them, I suppose. It makes you think. But I do like those whodunit horror films, like Scream film. Like, I do like those movies. I love those films. Scream and films like. Of course, films like Halloween. You know the killer is there, so you can't point suspicions at someone else, can you? Or Friday the 13th. But this was different. This was like, someone's the killer, you don't know who it is, and it makes everyone, I suppose, suspicious about and points to suspicions of other people, and I like that idea. I think that was pretty cool. Actually, I think that was very effective the way they did that. So yeah, 8 out of 10 for Graduation Day. Very good film. Definitely check it out. So anyway, people, that's my Totally Flawed movie review, not action reaction day. So anyway, remember to subscribe to my channel, remember to click the little bell thing that goes ding ding ding, and for notifications, of course, yeah. So yeah, like I said, I love that film. I enjoyed it. I love horror films full stop. You know, I just love them. If I see a horror film, I'll get it. Not every horror film I've liked, but there's a lot I've liked, and there's some that I've been, but there's a lot I've liked. There's a lot I've liked actually. If you look at my reviews, there's like 99 or 95% of them I liked. So yeah, some are horror, some are action, whatever. So yeah. So anyway, that's me Totally Flawed movie review tonight, and today I'm okay. Of course, tonight I'm gonna freaking have a chill night today. I've got things to do, people to talk to and stuff. So anyway, remember to subscribe to my channel, remember to watch my other reviews on every other film. If you want to put a comment to the bottom, and you want to say I suck or something, that's fine, I can live with that. And so, have a nice day, have a nice wherever you live, and that's all I'm going to say today, so see you later.